What's good, y'all? Listen, look, I'm mad I even gotta say this.
Why are we acting like this is not EGREGIOUS? Get your fucking
There's nothing wrong with hate. You've got to hate some things with a passion. And destruction, they must dislike and hate with a passion.
Hello out there. So good to see you. So good to be back. So good to be here. Okay. Shout out to the chat. I love to see it. Christopher, shout out to you for being the first. You're a real one. Be one family. I appreciate that. I'm also live on TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Hey, y'all. I need y'all to come on over to YouTube. Links in the description. But yeah, over here on YouTube, we got a few things to talk about. It's been a little bit. Last time I was live in my car. I told you I got a new car. Very excited about that. Very happy. Very satisfied. Okay. With my purchase. Okay. Great decision. It's a good feeling. I haven't had a car in like 4 or 5 years. I was talking about that on live. So yeah, it's good to be back. Okay. Oh, my camera is not in the right position. Y'all looking at my whole room. The heliante. What the hell is going on here? Hold up. Y'all need to see all that. But peace to the chat. Yeah, so we back up in here. I still wasn't able to get my man thing back on here. Sorry, Grandma. I broke it. Well, the kids broke it. I couldn't fix it. Anyways. Okay, peep the fit. You liking the fit? You liking the hair with the colors and the... Y'all know we coming out of wintertime. This is my last little fall. Y'all know come on, November, baby. Come on. So you know I like the fall, the cold. But we're going into the summertime. I love the summertime too. But you know, the colors, I feel like the color scheme of winter just fits me so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like the nude does it for me. Okay. But yeah, we love summertime. So we better get these summer colors popping. But yeah, last little cool look, because it's still cold outside. It was like 50 degrees the other day. It's outrageous. What's up, King League? Z, was you trying to be an influencer in that Planet Fitness? I was being a fake ass influencer now. I'm not. That's not the life I'm trying to live. I don't know. I try to do vlogs. I mean, I can do gym vlogs as long as I ain't talking. I just gotta kind of pick the camera up and record. But all that other shit, that's not the life I'm living. Okay, I'm a social commentator. I'm here to commentate on Black issues. Okay, not narrate a gym vlog. So here we are. Anyways, Alpha Male Pimp Network. Why does that look familiar? That name. I feel like I ain't seen that name in a long time. You been around for a long time, or maybe I've seen your channel before. I'm not sure. That's like Independent Wheels, of course. Good poetry vibe. Poetry vibe. I feel like it's giving painting vibe, but whatever. Same thing, artsy. I get it. Before we start, I do want to make sure y'all go ahead and follow me on the gram. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on X. I be forgetting to put this up here. Honestly, my bad. I be forgetting to put this up here, but y'all make sure y'all do that. All right. Also go subscribe to For the Culture. We got a new episode of For the Culture dropping very soon. Okay, so look out for that. Make sure y'all go subscribe and like the channel, so y'all can check those out. Check that new episode out. But if you haven't, go check out the last episode. Very good. I still need to. I haven't even clipped. That's why if you ain't seen it. My fault. I still ain't. I got a clip from that joint to. Wait, did I do that? I might be thinking about the new one. I'm tripping. I did already put a clip up of the old one. You can check my channel for that. I put up a nice little clip of it. But if you want to see the whole thing, go head over to For the Culture and check that out. Okay, we got a new episode coming for you as soon as possible. Okay. Actually, it's already done. We got a dropping for you soon because we already edited it, so it's good. All right. Anyways, we got a few things to get into. I'm not trying to be on here for too long. Okay, this was an unplanned live. I just decided to do it because I ain't go to work today. So I was like, let me go ahead and do this very quick before I do something else I was trying to do. But yeah. So we got a couple things to get into. What's the first thing on my other news? My bad. I always try to get past that first. If not, then I'd be tripping. I might fuck around just not even talking about it. Anyways, so Save Act. That's what's first. Save Act. Let me get into that very quick. So I seen this video pop up on my timeline the other day. Hold up. This is just like 2 days ago, something like that. But this popped up on my timeline, and this was a white guy, basically giving women a warning that MAGA and the Republicans that are in Senate or in the House are trying to take away women's right to vote. I'm like, oh brother, oh my God. Let me see what's going on. Let's investigate. I had them put on my little Blues Clues, okay, investigative gear. Because I'm like, who is trying to take away our right to vote? What is going on? Impossible, right? Or maybe this is the big boogie, the spooky thing that the Democrats been shoving down our throats for the last 4 years that we should be so scared of us reverting back. to women not having rights. So let's see if that's what it is. Let me just let bruh get his little stuff off right quick.
That's the SAVE Act. So if you're a married woman or you changed your name from your birth certificate for any way, you need to get a passport if you intend to vote. Because in that law, it says that when you register to vote, your name on your ID has to match your birth certificate or your passport, or you can't vote. So if you're a married woman who changed her name, yeah, the Republicans just took your right to vote away, unless you happen to have a passport, which, costs about $200. And if you're wondering why the Republicans would do this, it's because most women vote Democrat. They got a big majority of men voting Republican this time. They saw that and decided, well, shit, if we take the right to vote away from a whole bunch of women, and most of them probably won't even pay attention to what happened until they go to vote and get denied because they don't have a passport or their name doesn't match their birth certificate, because most married women, their name's not going to match their birth certificate.
Okay, I can't even let this nigga keep going. I can't even let him. Y'all, I don't want to use that bullshit, sis, I am a natural born, organic, God-given black woman. Now, maybe it's because the black is in there. Maybe it's because I'm a black woman. I'm black before I'm a woman. I'm black first. Maybe it's the blackness. Oh, maybe that's why I heard this and immediately thought, oh, this nigga must have broke his neck. He had to sprain his shoulder with this reach, because there's no way that you came to that conclusion just off me hearing this information. I didn't even hear nothing about this SAVE Act before this but just off the information he just gave me. Oh yeah, well, you gotta have the same last name as your birth certificate, and that's your marriage. What the fuck are we talking about? That's like, okay, so we got to do name changes. How is that preventing us? I'm like, this nigga's reaching for the moon. He's reaching for Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, and everything between. He is reaching, like, for real. How are you getting that this is coming for women's rights? Where my mind went was, oh, so you need birth certificate? Oh, so this must be for illegals. Let's head on over to Ken. Let's head on over to Karen. Let's get off Ken. Hold up. Let's get off Ken. Let's head on over to Karen. Hold up. Let's head on over to Karen. Hold up. Because Karen know what the fuck she talking about. Ken don't know what the hell he's talking about. Hold up. Let's get off Ken for a second. Let's get off Ken. Because immediately when I seen that, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What? I'm like, women losing their right? What are you... Nigga, if I got married and I had to go change my name to my original, like, show proof, it wouldn't be like, that's not that much of a hassle. That's not equating to not being able to vote. That just means you might have to go do an extra step. But that don't mean you can't vote. What the fuck is he talking about? So yeah, let me play Ken. I mean, that was Ken. Here go Karen talking about it. Hold up. I don't even know if I really want to call her Karen, but we're gonna go with it. Yeah, she white. She'll be all right.
SAVE Voting Act passed in the House today, but here's the thing. The bill's future is very unclear in the Senate. The final vote in the House was 220 to 208. 5 representatives did not vote. All Republicans voted yes, and 4 Democrats joined them to vote yes. They include Representatives Case of Hawaii, Cuellar of Texas, Golden of Maine, and Perez of Washington. Now, I know you want to know what is in this bill. I'm sure you've heard a lot about it. H.R. 22, the SAVE Act, is sponsored by Representative Chip Roy of Texas. The point of this law, according to Congressman Roy, is to ensure that only citizens of the United States are allowed to be registered to vote in federal elections.
Oh, so it's to ensure that citizens of the United States can vote in federal elections. He didn't say nothing about women. Keyword citizens. Keyword citizens. This is about illegals. What the hell are we talking about? I'm like, bro, the way that these liberals and Democrats try to reach and twist and turn and skew these narratives, like, I mean, not to say that these Republicans or these conservatives on the right aren't anti-black or they don't have anti-black agendas, and of course we know that, but it's 2 birds with 1 stone. The way that they try to villainize the right, though, on the most slightest things is like, it exposes their own hand. Like, why are you so upset? The only reason you're upset is not because women, there's no bullshit ass reason that women can't vote. You ain't scared because that's because all these illegals that y'all done let in over the last few years, it's going to start getting weeded on out. You won't be able to count those numbers for votes no more. Y'all want to talk about how Trump did all that shit and he won, he rigged the election, he won, he faked. Okay, so let's take out some of the illegals and see how the Dems do. Let's take out some of these, because some of these illegals, a lot of these illegals been voting. Believe it or not. So let's filter them out and really see where these Democratic numbers is really at. because they're probably not as high as they want you to believe. Even with this whole gender war split thing they're trying to do, they didn't make it a black thing. They got, but it was like, yeah, the white guy was like, yeah, a lot of female voters voted Democrat, and a lot of more males voted Republican. So yeah, it's just the Republicans trying to take advantage of dividing us. And it's like, no, I guarantee you, if let's do this little illegal thing, you're probably going to see a lot more women in line with their husbands, especially the white ones. Let's just be real, okay? But you're going to see a lot more women. You're going to see the numbers be a little bit more truthful now of how, and the reasons why women are voting the way they vote, and why those numbers are changing or why things are being changed. But that don't got nothing to do with this act. That don't got nothing to do with this bill. They just wanted to add in that narrative so we would have a reason to pull on the heartstrings, pull on the women's heart, just to rally behind something, to go against something on the right. Then we don't even know why we're going against it. This is something that really, shit, let's let the lady keep speaking. Let's let her explain it a little bit further. But just off what she just said, that don't seem that bad. Oh, he's trying to get a lead, trying to filter lead. That makes sense. I'm with it. That sounds fine to me. She didn't present it like, oh yeah, women ain't gonna be able to vote, y'all. No, the purpose. She was honest about the purpose of the bill, which was for illegals. That's what the liberal dude wasn't trying to do. So let's let her finish.
Now the reality is, it's already a federal crime to register to vote if you are not a U.S. citizen. But regardless of that fact, this bill does several things, including establishing a federal voter registration form, and then requiring every registered voter to provide in person what's called documentary proof of United States citizenship. No matter which way you register to vote, whether it's in person, at the DMV, when you get a driver's license, by mail, or on the same day when you vote, this bill would require you to first provide that documentary proof of U.S. citizenship. And if that proof is not provided, this bill says a state may not register an individual to vote in an election.
Yeah, we got our paperwork. And even if we want to make this a black thing, black people got our paperwork. Everybody just talking about this. Who was just saying this? Was I listening to this on a podcast, or was I listening to this? I feel like I just seen a clip of this. That's crazy that's what just happened. But I literally just seen somebody talking about, like, everybody know they black, they mothers, they parents keep they birth certificates, they files. All of your files you get from childbirth, your mother usually has in a little folder put up somewhere in a closet. In the clip I seen, the brothers were saying that they would keep it in between their mattress. My mother ain't never did no shit like that. She don't be keeping papers like that. She don't do. That's some hood shit right there. She's not keeping it in between her mattress, but she did, and she still does keep all of our paperwork, anything we need. I think she still got a copy of my social. I'm pretty sure she still got she might have my dad's birth certificate, honestly, or my sister do. I don't got that shit. Somebody got it. Somebody in my family got it. But what I'm saying is, my mother, like the people that we usually keep that shit put up. Okay, we usually all keep that in one place. Like I said, my mother had all me and my siblings stuff. Even when we was in South Carolina, and 3 of my siblings was in Maryland, and 1 was in college in New York. All of their stuff was still in the same folder as me and my siblings. Okay, so black people, we got paperwork. Black people can prove we citizens. We got my live is flagged for civic and electric. Oh, come on, TikTok. Y'all be playing with me, TikTok. That's why every time I try to get, you know what? I do this to myself every time because I know TikTok be playing with me. I know that they be watching my shit. I feel like they got somebody on my live every time just waiting for me to say something they can flag. I really feel like they do. But they said, TikTok just said your live is flagged for civic and election integrity. Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus. Now I'm trying to steal an election. They didn't call me Donald Trump. Jesus, help me. Let me get the super chat. Thank you, Torian. What's up, Torian? Peace. Hey, Zizi and Chad, looking like you about to go on Paris vacation. It's a given petty. Bonjour. Oui. Gracias. What's merci? Yeah. Anyways, your live is flagged for civic and election. What? These niggas trying to say I'm still in the election is crazy. Repeated violations could result in your live being oh wow. Let me just get the hell up off here. All right, y'all. That was my warning. I appreciate y'all. Some real ones were rocking with the riddles. Head on over to YouTube before I get banned. I'm not trying to lose my channel. Okay. It took me too long to build this page. Just come on over to YouTube. I can say what I want. Or I can say a little more because the crackers over here ain't as bad. But bye, y'all. Come on over to YouTube. I love you. Appreciate you tuning in. Y'all the real ones rocking with us. Bye. Damn, them crackers on TikTok be trapping. Yeah. Little fortune cookie crackers. That is crazy. That's insane. They be doing it. They be doing me like that. That is crazy. Thank you for the super chat. We got you over here. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Some real ones, bro. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Anyways, what was I saying? Back to the joint. Yeah, black people, we got our paperwork, man. This is not an issue for us. We can just get off of this, honestly. That's not an issue for us. All right, we got our paperwork. All right, I'm not tripping off no act. They got to prove your citizenship, baby. We know that we've been here. We have plenty of paperwork to prove it. I'm not tripping off that. Okay, as a woman or as a black person. Okay. Let me see. What's not my next one? I gotta get to the brother. Hold up. I gotta talk about the brother. Where's his stuff at? Oh, this is right here. I got it already pulled up. Thank God. All right, this is an egregious incident that just happened. Though. Let me talk about this too.
He is okay. She and her husband left, went down to the resort, and searched all around. They could not find their son. At 2:00, they came back and said there was an incident, and your son. She said, "What's wrong with my son?" The father said, "Y'all come to ask me all these questions." Then they said, "Your son died." Furthermore, they found that body.
Family members telling Fox 5 exclusively, Dinari McAlmont went to Bahamas with his mother and father. We're told the family was staying at a resort, and Dinari left his parents during dinner to grab a coat and explore the resort. Family members say hours later, staff members came to the parents' room inquiring about Dinari's whereabouts. We're also told his location sharing services went inactive. That's according to family members here. Dinari's parents apparently searching the resort. Family members say when they did not find him, they made missing persons flyers. We're told resort staff returned to Dinari's parents' room again to tell his parents he was dead. His family tells Fox 5 his face was unrecognizable and he appeared beaten to death, found in the resort's private beach. Bahamian law enforcement not classifying this as a murder. That's according to a local Bahama news station, Eyewitness News, saying this is not classified as a murder. And they also are reporting that an autopsy is underway.
Then they said,
okay, so off rip, condolences to the family. But this story already sounds suspect as hell. I'm gonna be real, just off that little clip. It's giving me this hotel got something to do with it. Why the hell was he? How the hell was he found on the resort's private beach? Beaten so bad he was damn near unrecognizable. That sounds a little suspicious. The fact that whoever did that to him had access to the beach says that it was either somebody on the resort, so another guest, or it was probably somebody working for the resort. This could have been some sort of trafficking situation. A lot of different possibilities that could have came from this, but it's an egregious story though. So let's see. Let's read. I'm gonna read a little bit of this article about it. And mind you, the brother is from Bowie as well. He's from Bowie, which is around the corner from me. Bowie in Baltimore. Bowie? I think it was Bowie. I'm pretty sure it was Bowie. Yeah. Hold up, damn. I can't get my size right. Hold up. Okay, a Maryland tourist who was found dead on a beach in Bahamas drowned, officials say Wednesday, but his family is seeking answers about what led to his death. The man was identified by Rural Bahamas Police Force as 23-year-old Dinari McAlmont. McAlmont was from Bowie, Maryland, a suburb of Washington, D.C., and had arrived in the country on Friday, April 4th, what family members police said. McClung was found dead on the on Beach Paradise Island early Saturday morning. A post-mortem examination found that he died as a result of drowning. Interesting, police said. A toxicology analysis is forthcoming, and investigation remains ongoing. But authorities said that foul play is not is not suspected at this time. What the hell you mean it wasn't suspected at the time? And he was found by himself. Now, if he would have drowned, that's one thing. But why would he be in the beach? This is not a little boy. It's a 23-year-old man. So in order for him to drown, he would have had to put himself in a predicament where he would accidentally encounter some water and wouldn't be able to get out of it. What scenario is that happening with him on a beach? Why would he go to a beach by himself, go further enough into the water where he could possibly drown and not swim at and not be able to pull himself back? That don't make sense. We're talking about suicide? Because he drowned. We're not talking about he fell into the water and hit his head on a rock. He drowned. So that means he had to be underwater for a certain... Why the fuck was he underwater for? Was it something around his leg? Was he tied to something? Okay. Well, let's see why. Because to me, that just sounds like obviously some sort of foul play might have been at least suspected because he drowned in a foreign country on vacation where no lifeguards were around. No other people saw him drowning. Sounds a little suspicious. Foul play is not suspected at this time. McAlmont's mother, Michelle McAlmont, told Bahamian news outlets Eyewitnesses News that she believed foul play led to her son's death. She said that she had been contacted by Bahamian police around 1 a.m. and told that someone had reported her son to authorities, alleging that he had spat at them. 1 a.m. and told that someone had reported her son to authorities. Really? So somebody reported to the police that the victim actually spat on somebody else, spat on someone, and that person reported them to the police. Interesting. Okay. She said police showed her photo of his body where he had injuries in his to his face and his hair. Her comments were made before police said McAlmont drowned. Okay, interesting. So they have this man who was found on the beach randomly. His family didn't know where he was. 23-year-old man, grown-ass man who drowned in the beach, who probably has the sense to know how far enough to go into the war. 23-year-old man on the beach, on vacation, family know where he at. He drowns. And before that incident, before he drowned, we know that the police knew that he was allegedly, at least, in some sort of altercation or incident with somebody beforehand earlier that day. And they're telling me that there's no suspicion of foul play? Are the police working with the hotel? Is this a conspiracy? Is this a conspiracy to cover up a death that may be the lead to something bigger? Is what I'm trying to figure out, because that don't sound right. Something about that don't sound right at all. I need justice for my baby, she said. I need justice that would never have been how he would have done himself. Yeah. That don't make sense. And then he drowned again. Why is he? I'm trying to figure out how is he bruised up and also drowned? What happened? How did he get that messed up and he just drowned? Why are they not addressing that? I'm confused. Michelle McAlmont, I think I'm pronouncing that right, said that the family had been planning to leave the island on Monday. She said she has hired a lawyer. They need a separate. What do they need? What's the word I'm thinking about, y'all? The person who does the autopsy. What is that person called? But they need their own person to come in. They need like a private investigator. That's not the word. They do need a private investigator, probably. But they need their own. They need to get their own autopsy. I can't think of the person that does the actual job, but they need to get their own autopsy for sure. McAlmont. I don't want to say almond. That's why it feels weird. Was an engineer at Location Studios at a recording studio in Brentwood, Maryland. In a statement, the company described him as a great friend and all-around incredible individual who was deeply passionate about his work and always committed to bringing ideas to artists to life. It's hard imagining life in general without him. I mean, at the studio and without him. We are deeply saddened by passing. The Bahamas are under a level 2 travel advisory. Wow. Don't go to the Bahamas, y'all, because they are saying there's some shit going on over there. Okay. An advisory, the U.S. Department warns about swimming-related risk. Hold up. It says swimming-related risk and crime? So was this a crime that happened? Or was this a risk that he took and this was an egregious, consequence? I don't know. I'm gonna see how this unfolds. I'll keep an eye on this story though, because this looks, I don't know, something about this ain't sitting right with me. I don't know about that, man. I want to think better, because here in the Bahamas, there's black people out there, but I'm just saying, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Y'all know we B1 over here, FBA all day. You feel me? People flag, never forget. So yeah, we FBA all day. I'm just saying, some of these non-FBAs be having some real anti-black vitriol. Some of these non-FBAs be in some real trafficking rings, or what I'm saying? Like they be a part of some dangerous ass organizations. Let's just say that. Okay. So yeah, if you go out there and you look like a soft target, you by yourself, or even if you piss one of them off, it could have not been that person. They could have been related to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And they told the police, but then the police went in, they knew who that, so there's a lot of different possibilities how this could have went. But him just going to the beach, ended up in Bahamas, ended up on their private beach, ended up being found dead on their private beach. Sounds crazy. That sounds like there's some sort of foul play to me. But, we'll see how it unfolds. We'll see. I do pray that they, condolences to the family. I pray that they get justice. Because that's egregious. McAlmont Joy is crazy. Okay. You can't say that, Tori. The brother died. We can't make fun of it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just his last name, but still. Shit, that don't fit right. That's not. Let's move on. What's the next thing I have to talk about? Oh, I gotta talk about this. I can't let me hold up because I was gonna do a whole video to this. I don't want to no more. Honestly, I'm not that interested in it. And I feel like it wasn't really nothing profound in this video. It was kind of the same basic old anti-abortion, pro-abortion talking points. But I did want to go over this last part though because if you haven't seen this lady in the blue about to get the lady in the brown about to slap the shit out of the lady in the blue. I don't. Okay, let's see how it gets there. And I fast forward. This is a 21-minute video. Y'all want to see the full video? What's this girl channel? She actually got it up on her channel. Oh, I don't know if this is her channel, but it's called Live Action. I don't know. Maybe it's the channel that she's a part of, the brand that she's a part of. I don't know. But this is the full video. But I'm not about to watch this whole thing. It's 21 minutes. I fast forwarded until about 10 minutes in, and this is where things start to kind of go left. This is where Shorty in the blue lacks discernment. And the facetiousness is starting to kind of get to the girl. It's starting to get to the girl in the brown. You could tell like the girl in the brown is starting to get more and more agitated, and the girl in the blue is just like it's so wrapped up in her ego of being right that she forgets that you're still a black woman. you forget that you can't get away with these Ben Shapiro's, with these Steven Crowders. You can't get away with some of these white boys can do, babe, because you're not them. Yeah, you are like us. So yeah, unfortunately for you. Yeah, this was the result. So yeah, let me watch this.
You can drop your child off at a fire safety to leave them.
Why don't we do that? Because there are over 2 million families waiting to adopt in America.
How many people can you think, or are you going to assume, will literally abandon their children with no repercussions from the state?
No, it's called safe haven baby boxes. We're at a fire station or hospital. You can leave your baby and the mother doesn't have to do anything with it. But that's better than killing her baby through abortion, right?
No, ma'am.
It's not better to give your baby up to a family who wants them instead of killing them?
No, ma'am. I have seen so many stories and countless, literally, like countless stories. My grandmother used to teach health and safety classes for people who wanted to become daycare providers. And we've seen so many instances where it's just, I can understand, I could love you today. I love you to death, you're my baby. But as a teen mom, as a mom who's on her own, you have no support. You constantly have to provide. You're here day to day, day and out. It's just, it's crying, it's screaming, it's crying. You have nowhere to turn to. Now I stand you up and I shake you and I kill you, when I could have just not had you in the first place because it was never my plan.
You think that teen moms who struggle will end up killing their children after they're born?
Girl.
I'm trying to follow along with your story here.
And see, here's the crux of the issue. Because the girl on the left, although I don't agree, I know I'm pro-life. Okay, I don't even like to use that label, but I'm not for killing children. I didn't say it before. I'm going to say it again. That's what fucking abortion is. Everybody want to act all sensitive, act like, oh no, it sells. You're killing kids. We're just gonna keep it simple. I keep it simple over here. You don't like it? Get the fuck. I really don't care, honestly. Because it's such an egregious topic, and it's like, I don't play about babies. I know I love children. I don't play about children. It's one of the most purest forms of life. Is children. Okay, if you can't understand the godliness, the angelic nature, the innocence, the virtue, the value of life of children, we don't align. Okay, I can't, it's just, and that's okay, for you. It's not okay for me, but I can't, we can't, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm very kind of just, it is what the fuck it is. I do have my empathy. Of course, I know women who's had abortions, things of that nature. I haven't always felt so strongly about it. I've talked about my evolution of my opinion, about it. However, even with my empathy and me, feeling for women, and some of the predicaments that they put themselves in most of the time, I still have the baseline of I'm not for just out here unaliving children unnecessarily. Okay, for health reasons, for rape victims. Okay, we're not getting to the minorities. That's why I don't like doing this whole conversation, because people go back to the same talking points and it's still the same answer. Though they are very much in the minority. Okay, most of the women out here getting abortions is doing it because y'all ain't got no fucking self-control. Let's just be real. Can we be honest? Most of the women doing this shit, even the young women, unfortunately, mainly the young women, who are doing this and who are advocating for this is because they lack self-control and they lack self-esteem, because you're not sleeping with a man who actually values you as a person, as a human, as a woman, and would see you as, and could see you birthing their child, who see it as an honor for you to mother their child, who see it as a gift to give you their seed and implant their seed within your womb. You're not sleeping with those type of men. You sleep with niggas who just trying to get a nut off, and you are too, and that's okay for you. But you just got to be honest about your situation. You're not sleeping with a man that you plan on building a family with. Okay, then just be honest, okay? You pregnant by Pookie, you pregnant by, even if it's not a Pookie, even if it's a nigga with some money, he got a good head on his shoulders, but he's not taking you seriously for whatever reason. But you're sleeping with him. You're giving him access to your womb without the security of a home, of a husband. That's your decision to make. But that's what you're choosing to do. That shouldn't fall on my taxpayer dollars. That shouldn't fall on my children's psyche, because now y'all want to put a bunch of bullshit in television or in schools or to promote this as a form of birth control when it's not. A form of birth control is closing your fucking legs, but we're not going to go that far. I'm trying to reel it in. But so I understand, just to make it clear, that I'm actually in agreement with the girl in the blue dress. I'm in agreement with the girl in the blue dress, but I understand where the girl in the brown dress is coming from, because the problem with the women on the right, like the girl in the blue dress, is that they miss the fact that we are still living in real life. Where you miss the fact that you still do need that level of empathy when you're talking to women about such egregious topics, because we get triggered just like that. You don't know if this woman ever had an abortion. You don't know if her sister had an abortion. You don't know if she knows a friend that had to. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. So that's why I'm very careful. Even though I have a baseline, I'm not moving off that base. I'm not moving off my foundation of how I feel. I can still empathize. I can still have okay, well, you feel like that? Okay. So you feel like some that, okay. No, we're talking about on a grand level structure. I might be a little bit more asshole-ish. I might be a little less understanding. I might be a little less empathetic. We're talking about politics and bills being passed and agendas, then I'm a little bit more like straightforward, like hell to the no. That's some liberal dumb shit. That's that. I'm a little more straightforward. But if we're talking about and we're having like they're doing an intimate conversation, an intimate interview, and she's getting her personal opinion. This is not something, mind you, the girl is on her phone for some of this interview. Let me just rewind it a little bit. I'm at work, 11:51. That's what I didn't want to lose my time mark. But she has her phone. You see right here. This is her phone. So in the throughout the interview, she's kind of giving the girl like facts, like, well, you know that in 2020, some statistics, and it's like she's trying her hardest not to. It doesn't feel like she's trying to educate the girl. It feels like she's trying to just make her feel wrong. Like, no, you're wrong. Let me show you why I'm right. And women are not, especially not these modern women. We ain't receptive to that yet. I've been working myself the last few years, and this even would have got on my damn nerves, because I don't like pretentious people like that. I like people who think they know it all. And okay, this is not a fucking debate. You just walked up to me asking me for my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion. Now you about to throw a bunch of statistics in my face about why my opinion is invalid. Well, damn, you should have gave me 30 minutes beforehand before we set this thing up, and I would have got my little statistics, because we can argue facts all day. People think that they're right. A fact is not necessarily equivalent to the truth. Doesn't mean it's 100% true. It just means that that's a fact, but it doesn't mean it's 100% truth. So yeah, you can debate facts back and forth. That girl could have got facts. Some of her stances made sense, even though she wasn't. They was a little extreme when she started getting into that's what they're talking about now. That she was saying that foster children shouldn't be able to go. I mean, like, why not just get an abortion instead of having a child and then send them into the system and they didn't get molested and something happened to them, and the girl's like, oh, so we just be killing kids instead of sending them into the. But it's like, no, but I understand what she's saying. I don't agree with that. I don't think you should, you know what I'm saying, you should choose an abortion over having the child. I think you should have the child. You open your legs, now you should have the child. That's how I feel about it, period. But I do understand where she's coming from. Like, yeah, for some women, for most children in foster care, when people act like that's just a lot of the conservatives, like the girl in the blue. Oh, that's just, why don't you just give your children away? People have homes out here people can't have kids. Give them your kids. But then you got situations where children are enslaved. People are literally enslaving children, especially Black children. I ain't gonna even bring race into it though. Let's just talk about all children. You got children literally being enslaved, being cooped up in houses, being tied to boards, and literally being abused. Then we're talking about not only just physical abuse, another aspect of physical abuse is the sexual assault that happens to them. The molestation that she brought up, which is true. The foster care system is messed up. It is egregious, just like every other system in America that's under the system of white supremacy. It needs to be dismantled. So yes, that is, I mean, we can sit up here and say, well, no, don't have an abortion, just give it away. But it's like, well, what are you giving your child away to? You give it away just to him, maybe they may not even last past the first month because the person not giving away to abused their ass so bad that they die. Now, is that a reason for me not to have a child? No. And I don't think that's the baseline we should be going off of anyways. But I understand the girl's point. My returning response wouldn't be, oh, so we just need to kill the kids instead of, like, it's like you're trying to make her look stupid. You're trying to make her look like a court jester. You're trying to make an example out of her. And you don't know this woman. You don't know her from a can of paint. You don't know if she was conservative, might want to be conservative, thinking, you know what I'm saying? Doing some research, rethinking some things. We don't know. But what we do know is you just triggered the shit out of her by trying to act like what she was saying wasn't what she was saying. By trying to exaggerate her point. So let's see how that results. Because the streaming crowders.
If you or someone you know was ever in a Maryland juvenile detention center, this could be worth up to $890,000. Maryland's Child Victims Act has removed.
They don't have a problem. They can get up there and antagonize and go back and forth and twist your words all day with some of these white liberals. But you're not them. Even with black people, even they can do that with anybody because they're white men. They have a system that backs them that says they can do what the fuck they want to do. You don't. And that's why some of these conservatives get it. Nigga, wake up, call them to say, they go, here you go, hold up.
Do anything with it, but that's better than killing her baby through abortion, right?
No, ma'am.
It's not better to give your baby up to a family who wants them instead of killing them?
No, ma'am.
Even that right there, listen to this. Hold up.
Ma'am.
Doesn't have to do anything with it, but that's better than killing her baby through abortion, right?
No, ma'am.
It's not better to give your baby up to a family who wants them instead of killing them?
No, ma'am.
Now, right here is where the interview should have ended, or where she should have switched her way of going about questioning. Honestly, I think it should have just ended though, because if a person is telling you this blatantly, that is just such a simple line of reasoning to go by. So you think children should just be killed if they can't get into, instead of taking the fall just because of the risk of foster care? Yep, I think they should just kill. That lack of logic should show you where she's thinking. She's been triggered. That's what it is. Now she's no longer thinking with logic and reason. She's thinking with emotions. Yeah, kill him. That's in her head. Yeah, because women need it. Because look, I know. Because women, that in her head, even though she's not showing it yet, in her head, that's where it's going. Because she feels the logic fading away. She feels that the wrongness setting in. She feels like, damn, I'm really going a little far now to push for this. She can feel it. Your job as a journalist, as an interview, is to know when to pivot, know how to get around that. Okay, well, can I pivot to make her kind of be more honest about how she really feeling? Maybe I need to go more empathetic. Well, why do you feel that's your job? Or maybe I need to pivot and get the hell up out of here because she's a little triggered. Maybe I need to get up out of here because she about to go left. Those were the only two. Continuing down this line of questions. Oh yeah, so you don't think that she's still being sarcastic? Like you're still doing, and you thought this girl wasn't. I mean, and this is why I'm like, I should have started with this. I am not in agreement with her putting her hands on her. I don't think that was necessary at all. However, I do think she knew what the fuck she was doing. I think the lady in the blue knew exactly what she was doing. She was antagonizing the girl. You knew what she was doing. You knew the girl was wrong. You knew she didn't have no more debate left in her. You knew that she sounded stupid. Let's just be real. The girl wasn't making no damn sense. Not no damn sense, but not enough sense to match yours. You clearly was winning. So, but instead of you just gracefully bowing out, like, okay, I'm going to let her, deal with her thoughts and her emotions. I'm gonna go ahead and bow out of this gracefully. You wanted to shit on her, and she said she felt it. You didn't have to say it, but see, that's the thing that Black people pick up on, because we feel the energy. Like, yeah, you're right. I might agree with what you're saying. You might even be changing my mind. But the way that you say it is calling me a dumbass. So now I gotta whoop you. Like, now I'm about to show you who the dumbass. Now I'm about to show you who better. Because you saying like you better than me. Now I'm about to show you who better. Let me show you. even though you didn't show her. But that's her way of processing, and I get that because girl, you ain't Ben Shapiro. Who do you think you are? You ain't that one of these Stephen Crowder. Girl, I will whip your ass. What are you tripping? Do you not know that you look like me? You not know if the police show up, both of us could go to jail? What are we talking about? So that's the energy that this sister was picking up on, and that's really why she responded. Let me fast forward a little bit to get to
for them prior to them even being born. So now what?
It doesn't matter if they're
a single mom or put my body through this entirely different experience to at the end of it give them up and go home like nothing ever happened. That doesn't make sense to me, as opposed to you being put to sleep, boop boop, take the baby out. It's like you start over.
You don't, because we see post-abortive women and how they deal with abortion, and their chance of turning toward drugs and alcohol skyrockets. They have problems.
What percentage is that? What percentage is that?
Well, I don't have the exact percentage, but I believe it goes up 150%.
And booty, girl. And you had the facts.
Do you know what happens in an abortion?
Let me be clear too, because Shorty got an accent. I'm pretty sure she's some sort of like Dominican, Puerto Rican. She still look black though. But she definitely some sort of non-FBA. And I don't know if Shorty right here is FBA or not. She's a black woman though. I don't know if she's FBA though. So, I mean, there's always some sort of vitriol that could be there. But I'm just saying.
Facts. Yes.
What happens in an abortion?
They literally suck the life out of you. They're gonna take the whole baby out, and as they should, because I shouldn't be a taxpayer paying child support. And
it's because I would have died. How is an abortion safe if a baby dies?
An embryo.
Yeah, an embryo of what?
Of nothing really,
of a human.
No,
it's just a stage of human development.
It is an embryo of a human. Another reason why I can't do the back and forth abortion debate. It's annoying. Like this, I'm tired of talking about the same shit. Literally, people say the same thing every time they are. That's the same arguments every time I hear this.
Not even have any kind of limbs yet. You don't even feel physical.
Some people that are born don't have limbs. Some people that are born are paralyzed.
To know what you're doing, you need to just protect yourself if you can. Yeah. And honestly, don't have babies with people who don't want to have babies with you. Because people,
when you're pregnant, don't have sex with people who don't want to have babies with you. That's what she should have said. But see, that would hold the women accountable. That would be basically saying, well, women, you can't just do what the fuck you want to do no more. You gotta hold yourself accountable. You gotta pick and choose wiser. Yeah, but she didn't want to say that. Yeah, you know, that's the feminist liberal side. She ain't trying to say all that.
You already have a baby.
That you need to be pro-life, and you don't. Don't ever sit here and lock yourself down with a man who already told you he doesn't want to be with you. I
agree with you.
I'm not disagreeing with you either. I understand.
You don't get to kill the baby just because their dad didn't want them.
You can.
Should we kill the kids in foster care?
Why not? Why not?
Like this line of once she said, why not? Okay, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the interview. You have one for that. Yeah. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the logic of pro-choices. This is the logic. She talking about killing fucking children. Do you understand? Like, but again, that's something that Steven Crowder could get away with. He could get away with, honestly. Because honestly, that same black woman probably would have been too scared to put her hands on Steven Crowder. Not because she's scared of his ass necessarily, but because she's scared of what may happen if she were to touch his ass. The system that backs him that may attack her. She might be in jail, might be in police, she might work in I don't know if he got security, we don't know. So she might be a little bit more hesitant to put her hands on a Steven Crowder, but with a black woman, let's see what her reaction is.
If that's the case,
we should kill the kids in foster care.
The people who take children from foster care and abuse them and
molestation.
I think, what does this have to do with molestation?
You just mentioned people molesting children. We should kill the kids in foster care is what you said.
What I'm saying is in general, overall. If I don't want to have a baby, I should have the choice to.
Just don't have sex then. Just don't have sex.
That's not even logical.
It is. It is.
Who are you, Nancy?
It don't sound logical because now she's triggered. She's running off emotions, her emotions at that. And she's probably honestly projecting a little bit. She probably feels that she probably out here fucking niggas that don't want her like that. I mean, honestly, the girl ain't that. I ain't about to go that far. I ain't about to Kevin Samuels. But I'm just saying on the scale of 1 to 10, Kevin Samuels probably would have gave her about a 4. And I'm being nice. Maybe a 4 or 5. She might be average at best. Okay. I will say Kev will probably say she average at best. I'm just saying. So she might be out here. If she got this sort of rhetoric, she probably out here fucking on niggas that don't want children with her, but want access to her room. And so now to make herself feel better, it's, oh, well, I'm fucking these niggas. I'm doing what I want. I'm not having no kids, but it's not you not having no kids. It's they don't want to have no kids by you. and you don't want the headache or the burden of having a child and then having to run around for this nigga just to get some abortion money or get some child support or get some support in general or figure, yeah, because that ain't your man. Lord Jesus, help me. This how it ends.
You do.
Okay. It does, because even as teens, people explore, and it's like, as funny as you want to be, people should still have the choice. I don't give a if it's, oh no, oh, it was a mistake to. Yes.
Do you believe God makes mistakes?
Yes,
He does.
of course. Everybody makes mistakes.
But God,
You see the logic. The logic is in the ground. It's 6 feet under at this point. God making mistakes is crazy. She should have walked away.
is perfect. Are you a Christian?
I never said that.
Are you a Christian?
I would never say that.
Are you a Christian?
My family's Christian.
So you're not a Christian.
I guess.
You guess what?
Based off of what's going on. My full
Right.
what that means when it comes, that's dumb as because I told you somebody else wrote.
Nobody told me. I've literally encountered God.
So you spoke.
Can I play this on here? Are they gonna demonetize me if I play this girl getting slapped? Damn, I just thought about that. I'm sorry, I didn't build all the way up to the slap. Now I'm thinking, you know what, I'm playing. Fuck it, whatever. If I get demonetized, whatever.
To God, and He told you everything in the Bible.
Well,
Shut the fuck up.
He
You
first
sound
spoke
dumb.
to me.
You sound dumb as.
Actually, I can't get demonetized because this is on YouTube, and they not demonetized. Fucking demonetized.
Listen, there's a thing called cosmopolitanism, which literally is
Right.
Buddhism.
Right, get to the slap now. How long is this lady talking?
There were over 40 men that actually
Come
wrote
on
the
now.
Bible.
Oh my God, you one of those.
That's just the history. That's just the history of
It's not.
Jesus Christ
It's
and the
not.
Bible.
It's not. We started from Pangea.
So what does the
We
Bible
started from
say
Pangea.
about human
It's
life?
The Big
I'm
Bang
gonna get a
Theory.
Pangea.
Our entire life is science and math, and I think you're
You're an
idiot
atheist.
if you don't think it is.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to
Oh, so she's an atheist. It sounds like she said we went from Pangea to what the hell did she just say?
Math, and I think you're
say about human
It's
life.
The Big Bang Theory. Our entire life is
Big
science
Bang
and
Theory.
math.
Oh, just why? Man, that girl ain't spiritually in tune, man. That girl got some spiritual work to do. She probably was traumatized as a kid, all type of shit, man. What the hell? Yeah, she ain't. You could tell. She need a little God in her life. That's what that is. She need to go home, pray, do some meditation, go to church or something, listen to some gospel music. She got to feel her spirit. That's what it is. That she been drained. No, poor baby, egregious. But see, again, you supposed to have that empathetic kind of discernment. I would have picked that up on Shorty. Like, okay, this girl is tripping. Like, for real. You talking about God making mistakes? Like, all right. Before you disrespect God even further, any further, let me just go ahead and get about it. I'm in this interview.
And I think you're
You're an
idiot
atheist.
if you don't think it is.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that
You
your
did.
point of view is very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been
That's
abused.
not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
Stop holding. What's wrong with you? Stop holding. No. Stop my.
Oh my God. Damn. She blew. I asked though. That was egregious. Not gonna lie. She definitely hit the shit out of her. For sure. I'm sure. I would hope that after that you get a little bit more empathy. I would hope after that that's a good enough nigga wake up call for you to understand that you ain't got the privileges of these white boys out here doing the same shit, or these white liberals, these white women, these white people. They liberal conservative. You don't have the same privileges as white people, man. Y'all be careful. Black people, be careful out in these streets. I'm just saying, especially with our own people. Come on, because sadly enough, a lot of our people be quicker to swing on each other than we will before them, because we know the consequences that come with them and the consequences that come with us usually are 2 different degrees. Okay, which is unfortunate, but that's a side effect of white supremacy. Look, I gotta get the hell up off here. My bad. My friend is just texted me too. She just called me. I ignored her call. I'm up off here. I gotta get off here. I love y'all. I did have 2 other things I need to talk about. Damn. Hold up. What was the other 2 things I need to talk about? 2 seconds. Hold up. Let me just see. What was the other 2 things? What's in my thumbnail? I always forget. I gotta look now. What the hell was in my thumbnail? I think Raven Simone was up there. Keke Palmer. Hold up. Let me talk to her in 2 seconds. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Keke Palmer had an interview out. I'm sorry. Let me not misspeak. Keke Palmer almost put her interview out. She almost put her interview out with Jonathan Majors. I know Jonathan Majors has been gone through the controversy with the white woman. When Karen was running down the street chasing this nigga, then audio footage came out talking about he aggressed her. Look, we don't have no. Let me just start with this. We don't have no proof. We don't have any proof that he was abusing that lady. Even with the verdict being guilty, there's no proof. There's a little bit of evidence. We got the little audio tape. I aggressed you. He didn't say I slapped the shit out of you. He didn't say I choked your ass up. He didn't say I threw you across the room. He didn't say I gave you a black eye. He didn't say I punched you so bad. He didn't say I backhanded you. He said I aggressed you. So we don't even have him really admitting to it, okay? But what we do have, the proof we do have, is that damn video cam footage of him running down the street with a white woman, that same white woman who said she was getting abused, literally chasing this nigga as he's forcing her in the car and trying to get away from her. We do got video footage of her chasing his ass down the street for 2-3 blocks. Yeah, we got that. So yeah, needless to say, I'm not mad at Jonathan Majors. Now, the thing that pissed me off was the Coretta Scott thing. Coretta Scott King, I'm like, boy, why are you telling this white woman? It's just giving me coonish vibes. It was giving me anti-black. The brother needs some help. I don't know. He needs learn some knowledge himself, something, but yeah, something ain't right. That's what I was really mad at, honestly. Not really the whole shit that was going on with the case. But I'm like, brother, it looked like he was doing some tap dancing over there with that white woman, talking about she need to be your Coretta Scott. That's egregious. Okay. And then even with him, him and Megan Good now, it feels performative, but we'll see where that goes. Okay. They got married and shit. I hope it's not, but it does feel performative. We're gonna see how it goes. Now, Keke Palmer recently posted a clip with Jonathan Majors on her show. She has a podcast and she was doing an interview with him. In this clip, it's like she's talking about accountability, blah 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 blah. In the description, she talks about she's describing what they're saying in the show. Matter of fact, the girl I think she's going to explain all that anyways. The feminists that are her fans, they had a problem with this. They was mad at her. They said, Keke, why are you supporting abusers? Then a bunch of videos, girl. I'm gonna let the girl. I think she says all this in the video. I'm gonna just play it. But Keke Palmer has been getting dragged through the mud so much for doing this interview with Jonathan Majors that it got her to a point where she literally didn't even release the interview. Okay, she literally pulled the fucking interview. So let's just watch. Hold up.
The power of bullying, because Keke, you knew better than to have Jonathan Majors on your show. Now, remember last week, Keke Palmer was supposed to debut this episode where she does a sit-down interview with Jonathan Majors. And after she had released a description of the episode, people were thoroughly peed off. And shout out to Bullying and Common Sense because she completely scrapped that episode and she went ahead and went with Cash Doll. It was pretty clear and understandable why she did it. Now, why she pulled the episode, I have no idea, but maybe PR got back to her and was like, this is a no-go, this is no dice. Your fans are not going to like this, and rightfully so. Like, we have to normalize not giving men like this platforms. There's already enough toxic men on the internet with microphones that are somehow never being tariffed, who get platforms to talk and spew all kinds of whatever to condition people to believe that their behavior is okay. So I'm very proud of Keke Palmer for scrapping that episode. Please, wherever the episode is buried, bury it under the last episode Anne Heche had before her incident. And maybe
I'm sorry. I don't agree with that bullshit. I'm sorry. But it's a bunch of black women specifically that's in alignment with that narrative. And it was dragging Keke Palmer. That's why she felt the pressure to take it down. But I'm like, bruh, what the hell, Leonte? You tripping? I'm just not. Like, girl, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That kind of gave me, you was kind of folding for maybe the white liberals or the white feminists who was really doing it. Cause I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like Jonathan Majors can win black women back over. Like, yeah, with some black women kind of dragging him, like, yeah, but I feel like he could win them back over, especially if he does consistently keep up this thing with Megan Good. This is not a farce. This is not some industry fake relationship thing, then he probably can win black woman back over, and you could have helped him do that, Keke. I'm just saying. So I don't think she folded. I feel like that was something on her team. I don't think they pulled that interview just because there was so many black women. Nah, I don't think that's what it is. Even though black women do support Keke a lot, I don't think that's what it is, man. Keke did it, and because of that, a lot of clips of Keke Palmer is popping up. And it's a clip of her on the Breakfast Club, and she's like, oh, she's defending R. Kelly. Like, oh, my boy Kels, he wouldn't do that. I don't know nothing about that. And this was before she seen the documentary and stuff. Now, I know R. Kelly is guilty of some things, for sure. He has some very creepy behavior. I heard some things from FBA's on the grassroots that's like solidified. That nigga was on some bullshit, for sure. Okay. Now, do I believe that they locked him up because he was doing some creepy or pedophilic or predatory type, had some predatory type behaviors? No, I I think they allowed him, and matter of fact, enabled him to do those things, to be honest, because of the people above him was probably doing that and worse. So no, I don't think that's why he's locked up. I don't think he's locked up for the right reasons. I don't even think all the cases against him are actually valid. Yes, I think some of them hoes is lying, and that's only because they only have the right to lie and get away with it, because some of them joints aren't lying. Some of them are actual victims, but it's easy to blur the lines when you got actual victims. So I do think he has actual victims. I definitely think that nigga was on some weird shit for sure. It's not really I'm not really debating that at this point for me. But am I going to get up on a platform and say, yeah, my boy Kels, man, they locked that nigga up for some bullshit, bro? I'm not doing that. No, I'm sorry. That nigga was on the cover with Aaliyah at 16 talking about AJ number. That nigga weird. He was doing some weird shit. Is he a victim himself too? Probably. Yeah, that nigga probably, yes, he is. He is. And victims usually victims usually make other victims. So I mean, I get it. And I empathize for the brother, but no, I'm not about to get up here and say my boy Kels shit. Come on, all right, come on, nigga. We ain't about to act like we ain't seen the creepy shit that he did. That's just weird. So, that, and I think the shit with Trey Songz, and I feel like it was something else too. Like, even the thing with her baby father, people were saying like she protect abusers, and I don't think that's what it was. I think that was her mentor, and she may have had rose-tinted glasses on for the brother, okay? Especially if nothing happened with her, he didn't do anything with her, and he didn't give that vibe off to her mother or nothing like that, then yeah, that may, she may have just had some rose-tinted glasses on, and that was a bad look. She should have thought about that. Her team should have told her, like, if they ask you about R. Kelly, don't act like that's your friend, nigga. You need to act like, you need to be a little stoic about that, about that line of questioning, okay? So yeah, but shout out to Cam Newton, because Cam Newton did come out and have him on there. Let me just see some, Jonathan Majors. Okay, let me just see if I can pull up. I pulled up I thought I had a link of it, but I pulled up a picture. I got a picture. Jonathan Majors, Cam Newton. Show. Why was not popping up? Damn. What the hell, yeah? It's not working. That's weird. All right. Am I spelling Jonathan right? Can't see that. Okay. Thought y'all could see me. I was fucking up. Definitely messing up. You know what? Screw it. It's all right. Shout out to Cam Newton. I ain't about to do all that. Shout out to Cam Newton, though. I did like the fact that he brought him on there. I actually wanted to react to Raven right quick, too. Sorry, I might do that as a separate video. But let me get up off here. We're going on an hour. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all go subscribe to For the Culture. Subscribe to this channel. And comment on this, y'all. Help my algorithm. Y'all know help me help y'all. Help me. Jesus. I love y'all. Go subscribe to For the Culture. I appreciate y'all. Follow me on Twitter, ZZ Rants. Follow me on TikTok, ZZ Rants. Follow me on Instagram, ZZ Rants. All of that. Whatever. Y'all know what to do. A shout out to the chat. I appreciate y'all. And thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the cash apps. Whatever. If y'all want to show me love, all of that in the description. I do appreciate you. Thank you in advance. Anyways, thank you to Spirit of Justice, Zori, Christopher Ellis, Dejan, Bruh 45, Torian, Bruh 45, Paris, Marcus Moore. Damn it. What was that? Young Daily, Alpha, see ya. All right. Bye, y'all. Peace.
We do not play, but I green. You fuck with the team, might find your West in the creek. We crossing our T's, we don't never miss a beat.